The Chicago Bears have a new backup safety. They have just signed Simone Biles' husband, Jonathan Owens, to a 2-year contract worth $4.5 million. The former Green Bay Packer heads over to the good guys, the Chicago Bears. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears news update video, which I'll be doing anytime the Chicago Bears news going on. This signing is a depth signing. Obviously, Jonathan Owens is not going to be starting because Jaquan Brisker is a starting strong safety. We signed Kevin Byard to a 2-year contract. The veteran is going to be the starting free safety. So he's going to be the safety number 3 on this defense, which I do like adding a depth safety because I'll be honest, I do not trust Elijah Hicks and Kendall Williamson to be our safeties back there. Okay, both of them were 7th round picks, and none of them really showed much during the limited playing time that they got, especially Elijah Hicks. He had a lot of bad moments on film, especially in 2022 when he had to fill in during the second half of that season. He looked completely lost in coverage. So as much as I like Elijah Hicks' energy, as much as I think he could be a decent special teamer, the Bears did need to add a depth safety in case Jaquan Brisker gets injured like he oftentimes does, or if Kevin Byard misses time because he is old. But Kevin Byard has actually never missed a game in his entire career, so hopefully he does not miss any games. But it's still nice to have a depth safety on this team that you can rely on to be at least, maybe average, below average level. Jonathan Owens is no great player. He's no superstar player, but that's why he's coming on a cheap deal. And you do need depth players on your team to win football games because sometimes these players do have to fill in, and you don't want to be putting a 7th round rookie out there, in a big game. But a guy like Jonathan Owens, I think, could at least hold his own until the starters are ready to play. And we don't have that many draft picks this year, guys. We only have 5 so far. If we trade back from one of our draft picks, we could get more. If we trade Fields, we could get more. But right now, we don't have that many draft picks. So filling in needs via free agency does make sense because you can't rely on the draft to fill in every single hole. So again, I do like getting a depth safety. This is not like a crazy amazing signing. It's just like a replacement level backup signing, which is okay. And he is the husband of Simone Biles, which is pretty cool. Like, Simone Biles is going to be coming to Soldier Field, I'm sure, to support her husband. She was at Packers games oftentimes last year, so I know a lot of you guys maybe don't care about that, but I think it's a pretty cool thing that Simone Biles is going to be coming to Chicago. But let's talk more about what her husband Jonathan Owens is bringing to the Chicago Bears. So Jonathan Owens went undrafted. He was a free safety out of Missouri Western in the 2018 draft, and you can see very, very athletic. Just like every single Ryan Poles signing, every single Ryan Poles draft pick, you have to be athletic, and Jonathan Owens is extremely fast, extremely explosive. He's not the tallest, but has decent size on him. Pretty strong football player. And looking at his stats, so he's mostly been a backup during his career. He started out with the Houston Texans, did not play that much his first couple years there, but then in 2022, he actually did have to play and start 17 games. He had 125 total tackles. He had 1 sack. He had 4 passes defended. So, put up some production that year. And then last year with the Green Bay Packers, he started in 11 games. So still started a good amount of games, but had 84 tackles, had 1 sack, 3 passes defended. And if you look at his PFF grade, it was decent last year with the Green Bay Packers. Basically replacement level. His coverage grade is basically average, according to PFF. And then 2022, not the best, when he did have to start the entire season. But 2021 had a pretty good coverage grade as a backup. 2020, he had a pretty average coverage grade. So again, nothing too special. This is a guy that has shown to be a little bit rangy in coverage because he does have that elite athleticism. He's probably not going to be making the crazy high IQ wow plays for you on defense, but he can tackle pretty well. He can move. He can be athletic. He can keep up with, some of the faster receivers and tight ends he's going to have to cover when he is in, for the Chicago Bears. And I think as a blitzing DB, he could provide some value too, right? Because he does have top end speed. So I know Eberflus has blitzed Jaquan Brisker, Kyler Gordon before in previous games. He could do the same maybe with Jonathan Owens. And as a special teamer, Jonathan Owens also could provide some decent value to the Chicago Bears. So yeah, not that much to say about this signing. It's a backup signing. You can't really talk too much about backups. There's not too much to judge, but he did play, a good amount of games for the Green Bay Packers. He played a lot of games for the Houston Texans during his final year there, and he actually did go viral last year for laying a dirty hit on Justin Fields when he was sliding. So we'll see if Bears fans, accept him. But I'm sure if you're a Chicago Bear, right, like we're gonna root for you now, and hopefully, he keeps the dirty plays to a minimum with the Chicago Bears. But he does have that edge to him where it does seem like he's a little bit chippy, a little bit. He talks a little bit, right? So getting a player back there, at safety as a backup, I think it's a fine pickup by the Chicago Bears. It's nothing crazy, it's nothing great, but you do have to build depth on your roster being a GM, and I think that's what Ryan Poles did with the signing like this. So leave your comments down below. As always, bear down.